my channel. My name is Cara if you are new here, and I do a lot of hauls over on this channel, and I'm starting to bring in some new different videos, some makeup videos. I want to do some fashion videos, and I do lots of vlogs over here, so please go down below and subscribe to my channel. And I upload 3 times a week, every Monday, Wednesday and Friday at 5 p.m, so stick around to see more videos. So I thought for today's video I would go through all the books that I read in 2020, the books that I plan to read in 2021, and just give you a little bit of a review. I thought that'd be a nice little sit down video to do with you guys, and I've been really getting into reading recently, and it's actually one of my New Year's goals for this year is to read every single day, and already it is the 26th, 27th, and I've read 3 books already this year, and to me that is crazy. I know a lot of people are quite quick at reading, and I'm not one of them people, and reading sometimes just gets pushed away. I don't have time for it, and I'm really trying to make time. So yeah, I've already read 3 books this year, and my goal is 12 this year. I wanted to read at least 1 book every month. And firstly, I just wanted to tell you the books that I read in 2020. So I actually didn't get into reading properly till about August time last year, and that is when I read the Me Before You series. So there is 3 books in that series, and I had watched the film first and then read Me Before You, and as soon as I read the first one, not even finished the first one, I'd already ordered After You and Still Me. I really loved the Me Before You, and After You was good. Still Me wasn't as good, but I think Me Before You I loved so much because I had characters and the story linked from watching the film. I had that linked in, and I actually really like that. I know some people prefer to read the book before watching the film or the series, but I don't really mind. Like, if I've watched it already, I will still go ahead and read the books. So I really do recommend the Me Before You range. So then I went on holiday last August, and I took 2 books with me. I took The Tattooist of Auschwitz, which, oh my goodness, that was an amazing book. I couldn't put it down. I loved that story. And since then I've bought like 6-7 different books to do with that kind of time, that storyline. Absolutely recommend that so much. I don't have that here to show you because I actually left that out in Greece. I thought I'd leave it for maybe one of the cleaners if they wanted to have it, and I just didn't want to bring it back with me. I also took 13 Reasons Why with me, and it was this cover. I took it with me, started reading it on the travel down to London in the hotel room, and I actually left it in the hotel room in London before we went on holiday, so that didn't get read. Also, while on holiday, I read Practical Magic, which I love the films. I've seen it 1,000 times. It was a quick, easy read, and I really enjoyed reading it on holiday. And I also started reading a book called Before He Kills, and that was actually on my Kindle. Before He Kills was a really good book. So I think I bought the next book and I read it, but it wasn't as good as the first one. After that, I actually went and read The Fault in the Stars, and I always say The Fault in the Stars, it's Fault in Our Stars. Really love this book. Yet again, the same as Me Before You. Absolutely love the film. This did start a few tears, I will say that. Then I went on to reading the autobiography of Lily Allen. I have wanted to read this for absolutely ages, and I just loved how open and honest she was about all aspects of her life. Absolutely loved it. So yeah, that was a really good read. It was slow paced, and it took a while to get into it kind of thing, and it does repeat a lot of the same things, but I did really enjoy this book. And then I did read the end of last year. It was Wild Like Me, which I've actually had for 2 years maybe in my book collection. Never read it, and I was actually going to give it to a charity shop because I thought I'm never going to get around to reading it. Started reading it, and it was a game changer. I absolutely love this. So this book is from Louise Pentland. It was her first book, and I absolutely love it. It's all about this woman called Robin Wilde and her and a little girl, and it's just so real, all about real life, her job, relationships with her family, her friends, and it's just down to earth, and I really loved this. So I finished this in late December time, and I had already ordered the next 2 books of hers. There is only 3 in the series. So they are all the books that I read last year. So I finished the Louise Pentland books. So after the first one, it's then Wild About the Girl. Absolutely love this, and I can't actually say what happens in them individually because they all blur into one. So after this one, it's then Wild Women, and I finished this one last week, and I really recommend these 3 books. So I'm actually going to put these away for my best friend Lauren. She wants to read them after. They are really well written, and it's all about girl boss, lady boss, all about job roles, going for your dreams, real life things, depression it hits on, miscarriages, pregnancies, all things like that. And yeah, I cried, I laughed, and all emotions were linked into these books, and I absolutely loved them. So I finally repurchased 13 Reasons Why, read the book, and I'm so sad that there's only actually season 1 in a book form, because there's 4 seasons to the series, and I would have just carried on reading them all. I saw the series first, obviously, all the way through, and then read this. 13 Reasons Why basically is about Hannah Baker, a girl who commits suicide, and she leaves some tapes behind. Each chapter is a tape being played, and it's between her and Clay Jensen, so it's constantly going backwards and forwards, so sometimes it could be a bit difficult to understand what's going on. And every chapter is a different tape and also a different person of how they treated her. But I do really like this book. I wish there was more books to go along with this one because I would definitely read them. So the next book I'm about to start is The Sisters of Auschwitz. After I read The Tattooist of Auschwitz, I thought I need to get some more of these books. I also do have Chica's Journey. I don't know if I'm saying that right. He is also mentioned in The Tattooist of Auschwitz. So I'm going to read that one after this one. I got this from The Works for £6. And yeah, I cannot wait to read this, so I'm going to start this tonight. So I have so many books that I keep a selection here in the living room on these shelves, and these are the ones that I will read first before any more in my collection. Top 4 I will take down, and I will put Sisters of Auschwitz out because that will be the book I begin to read, and I will refill it with the ones that I want to read next. So I've quickly just gone and updated these shelves. The next book that I will read after The Sisters of Auschwitz will definitely be this one because it's the same kind of story, and then I will just read any of these ones which pick my fancy. I've got a short read up here. I've read half of the Goodbye Dearest Holly before, but I never finished it, so I will start from the beginning again. This book is borrowed from my friend Rose, and this book is borrowed from my mum, so I might try and read them too just so I can give them back to them. So I've had to put my torch on because it's quite dark in here, but this is where I keep my books at the moment. I'm hoping to get a little shelf in the spare room to put them in, but these are the Twilight, 50 Shades of Grey, the Harry Potter books, which I won't ever get rid of them ones, all my Nicholas Sparks books, which he's my absolute favourite author. Then I have David Pelzer books, and these are books here that I need to read. I haven't read all of these books, but I will eventually get round to it. But I know these books are the ones that are high on my list, my priority list. And I thought I had more books than this, but generally when I finish a book, I will lend it out, or if I don't want to keep it, if it's just a one-time read, I will then give it to a charity shop. So yeah, I don't have that many books, but I would love to get a little shelf in my spare room to have these on display. So once I've read all the ones that are on my bookcase, I will then go on to ones that I haven't read that is in here behind me. I've never actually read a Harry Potter book. I've started it a million times, but never actually read them all the way through. So I really do want to do that. Maybe not this year. I don't think I will get through all them, but we will see. I want to read the Twilight books from the beginning again because Stephanie Meyer has brought out another book and I did get that for Christmas, but I want to read from the beginning first, all the way through. There are books from my favourite author, Nicholas Sparks, that I have in my cupboards that I haven't read yet, but he is my favourite author. He is the author of The Notebook, The Last Song, Safe Haven, Dear John, and I just absolutely love them books. So I would like to read the books from him that I haven't read yet, but yeah, there's about 10 different books on my Amazon wish list that I still want to buy and read. But because I'm really getting into books, I would love you to drop down your recommendations down below of really good books that you've read recently. So that is the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed it. It was literally me just sitting here talking about books. But please like, comment and subscribe and stick around for more videos. Bye!